Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Quick Physics. Today we're going to be talking about impact velocity and the equation behind it and what it's used for. So let's get into it. Now the equation for impact velocity is that V is equal to, don't mean that, V is equal to the square root of 2 times the gravity times the height. So basically what this equation is used for is when you drop something, how fast it will be going when it hits the ground. And what's kind of interesting, and someone might ask, why isn't mass involved in this equation? Well, from the first episode where we talked about Newton's law of universal gravitation, that the mass doesn't affect how fast it's pulled down towards the earth, that it's pulled at a constant rate. And that's why gravity is involved in here. Now, the height is involved in here because it affects, because gravity, when it pulls, it keeps doubling. So after the first second, 9.8, second, about 18, whatever like that. And then as it keeps going, it keeps getting higher and higher and faster. And so basically, that's why the height is involved in it. So it knows how fast it's going to be getting pulled based on how long it's been in the air. So let's plug in some numbers and let's see what we get out of this equation. So we can have V is equal to the square root of 2 times, and pretty much the only thing in this equation that really would change is H, because 2 is obviously not going to change. G is a constant, and H is only thing is how high it's going to be. Also, this equation, Anna didn't talk about it in the range equation. They don't talk about air resistance, which you can still do a lot because not a lot of times when something is launched, like that air resistance is necessarily a big deal, but these equations do not bring in air resistance that much. So we have 2 times 9.8, and let's say it's dropped at about 5 meters. So let's extend that a little bit. Okay, so let's plug it in to our trusty TI-84 calculator, and let's see what we get. So we get the square root of 2 times 9.8, or 9.81, depends on how you feel about that, times 5. So the impact velocity is 9.9 meters a second. That's how fast that this object would be traveling if you dropped any object at 5 meters in the air and you're not caring about air resistance. I hope this made sense. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and see you in the next episode.